able to capitalize on the punish on Raz there.
Ooh, and that's another stock off him.
All right, so the red team's got stage control at this moment. That up air gonna be taking Cloud out of this arena. One stock remaining. All right, and once again, after the dust is settled, red team, stage advantage. Just doing what they can to keep the blue team off of them.
It's like Game Freak is definitely leading the match up here.
He almost had that air dodge read.
At least for these early rounds. I stepped away just for a little bit. You guys want to police me on the score? I think we're still sitting at 0-0, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Oh, I didn't realize that Cloud ended up getting knocked out. This is definitely going to be a really, really tight spot for that Yoshi. Just getting dinged up.
Definitely a big uphill battle here. 8 gates. Ooh, unable to make it back. Are we going to see the share stock?
It doesn't seem like it, though. To be fair, at this point, it doesn't seem absolutely necessary.
Great call out on the down air there. Ooh. And the forward smash is going to take it. Game 1 going to Game Freak. So for what we saw there at sort of the beginning, it was like, you know, they kind of start scuffling. You're not really sure who's in control here. And it kind of looked like blue team just had it going for a little while there. You know, then Game Freak, they just kind of fought back, man. I mean, yeah, just out of nowhere, they came back.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, or just, I guess adapting to the matches, it definitely leads up to being able to easily control the field. I've had a couple of instances where I'd be the only one left, and, well, I'd usually end up getting ganged up on, and at that point, it's just all about trying to predict your opponents and keeping control.
Yeah, definitely. Adaptation is huge, especially in doubles, because you have that extra element of your teammate and your opponent's teammate. You know, it's an extra thing to consider, so adapting quickly is very important in the doubles meta. So I did hear a character swap. PM switching from Cloud to Richter. Interesting choice. I typically don't, at least for me personally, I don't typically like to go with the projectile-based characters in doubles in fear of hitting my own teammate, but maybe they got a strategy up their sleeve.
It's going to be interesting to see, especially since Richter does not have a particularly great recovery.
Oh yeah, you're right actually.
Yep.
And there it is right there, subject to the unfortunately poor recovery, able to die much sooner than most other characters because of it. Now, if I could see a Yoshi forward air just dunked off stage, off of like a cross projectile, that'd be dope. Let's make it happen.
Just a little pro tip with Richter or Simon, whichever you might end up playing. If you actually flick the analog stick when you input their special moves, they actually reach farther.
Yeah, and that's actually something I didn't learn until like a week ago. But yeah, Richter and Simon's cross actually has a sort of smash effect, sort of like Samus's missiles, where you have like the regular missiles and the super missiles. So you want more range, a little bit more damage, knockback. Definitely going to want to smash the input.
Ooh, we got that juggle with holy water and or straight to forward smash or for Richter taking out Ganon.
Yeah, so taking a look at the stocks real quick. Oh, I was about to say Game Freak had 3 stocks, and there goes 1. All right, so everybody at even stocks except for 8 gates over there playing Ganondorf. Looking at 1 stock, so it could be a bit of a dangerous game for the red team here.
Blue team having advantage at the moment. Well, did.
Good old commentator's curse coming at you.
Oh, I don't think that Yoshi is going to make it back.
I love the turn. Like he realized that 8 gates wasn't going to make it back, so he literally just turned around and threw the axe, clobbered Game Freak in the face with it.
Oh, and we got that stock share for that Ganondorf.
Oh, the unfortunate SDPM air dodging out of his tether recovery. He is not able to make it back after that. But once again, we see Raz on his own. This time against both members of the red team. So we'll see if it's still possible. I mean, they both have 1 stock, so if he plays slow, plays carefully, he'll be able to come out on top, but it's not going to be easy.
Not to mention Game Freak is at a really high percentage, so all he just has to do is just land a very good smash attack, and They can definitely decide the matchup here, especially with 8 gates being or
Oh, he almost had that forward air. See, with at least some sort of... okay, never mind. I'm just going to stop talking right there. I was like, let's see, maybe he can, you know, take advantage of full rage. No. Hit him with a quick Gan inside, take the stock, get him out of here. That's game 2, so we're sitting at 2-0 right now.
That is correct, in Game Freak's favor.
All right, well, let's see where they opt to go. Like I said, I don't care. Final destination, hit that random button. I thought for a second we were going to see a Mii Sword Fighter pick. I was like, what? No.
I don't think I see that very often. Ooh, PM is opting for Ridley at this moment.
Okay, fair enough. And I think it is fair to actually probably should mention Update 3.0 just recently came out. We were actually not playing on Update 3.0. We're still on 2.02. Because that happened literally right before the event. So wanted to make sure we were being fair to competitors. Staying with the old patch, one they knew. So
yeah, so you can't expect any jokers to come in.
No joker, no mementos. I'm really sad about that. But
and also no stage or builder creations, though I don't think those are legal anyways.
That would be a cold day. All right, but into this match though, like we said, PM making the switch over to Ridley, and I think, oh my good lord.
Yeah, that does not seem to be very advantageous for them.
Blue team just got Doriad. Of course, it comes out of cost. Triforce of Power doesn't do well in space. Falling off the ledge there. So the only person at 3 stocks yet again, Game Freak, playing Roy. Ooh. All right, good edge guard there. Taking advantage of the end lag on the Space Pirate Rush. Unfortunately, gonna mess up the angle on the up special, so PM not making it back. Red team, Game Freak sitting in a really, really high and mighty spot right now.
I definitely noticed that PM is not utilizing very many of Ridley's special moves right now.
That's fair, and I can see, I can maybe see why he may want to opt for that. A lot of Ridley's special moves can be a bit, can cover a lot of ground, so he's probably wanting to mitigate risk of hitting Raz.
I suppose it is true.
Instead of just commanding with his aerials. Oh, Space Pirate Rush on his own teammate. At least it didn't go all the way through, but definitely tripped him up a little bit.
It seems like we got a more... Oh, never mind.
What? Oh my god, I thought for certain PM had that grab with the Space Pirate Rush, but nope. 8 gates coming in there with the up special, grabbing him.
I just can't imagine that pressure that Raz is putting up with right now. They wanted to go for that reverse Warlock punch, but...
Yeah, he almost took Game Freak out with that, honestly. Yeah, this is third time. I think really 8 gates is just being a bit too reckless. Yep, just taking advantage. Missed the tech. Hit him with the forward smash. Oh, game 3.
I just realized score was a little bit off there. This should be 2, or, well, now 3-0 Game Freak.
3-0, yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, and that settles the match.
Yep, Game Freak advances. I think that was winners bracket?
That was winners semis.
Okay, so that means they're in winners finals, so that's pretty cool. Good for them. We'll be seeing them more later. That's a guaranteed 3rd place spot. So I think next they'll be moving into
losers quarters.
Probably the losers quarters bracket. We'll see though. We'll wait on them to make the call. So let's recap. We had a 3-0 victory from Game Freak in that game just now against Razzle Mixer. So we'll see Razzle Mixer in the losers bracket. Game Freak moving up to winners finals. As far as the losers bracket goes, we've got let's see, two matches in losers quarterfinals or quarter.
I believe you got it right.
Yeah, quarterfinals. It'll move into semis, into the losers finals. Admittedly, I can't remember who was on the losers bracket.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I know Suki's team. Suki's team is in the losers bracket.
Suki's team.
They were playing crazy, no, I can't remember. All I know is Suki's team, which they're actually coming up right now. They were playing crazy earlier. I mean, you know, we see a lot of good doubles action here today, and I think out of all the teams here, I think they definitely have what it takes to crawl out of the losers bracket here. But we'll see.
I do look forward to seeing more of them.
You're about to see more of them. They're rolling up right now. So once they get their controllers hooked up, stage selected, characters picked, we're going to jump right back into the action here at F2Con 2019, everyone.
I do sincerely forget, or apologize for forgetting the opposing team's name.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I haven't put the names to faces yet. That is A-OK.
So, what do you think Joker is going to place up on the tier list as soon as they get everything sort of settled out?
I don't know. Based off a lot of what I've seen, Joker just looks amazing. I mean, he's got like a pseudo wave dash kind of thing with like the guns, and it's like, So he's definitely got the movement. As far as kill power and recovery, it's exploitable to a degree. So we'll see how that balances out. If I had to put my money on it, I'd say he'd at least be high tier. At least.
That definitely sounds very promising, especially with what's effectively a counter that just plunges damage, you know?
Yeah. Although I was like, that's crazy. Oh, it does half damage. I was like, okay. All right.
I wonder what happens if you end up attempting to rest that.
That's a good question. I mean, I probably just... So, well, then, I'll ask this. Is the persona charge relative to the amount of damage you take? Because if so, I would hope that like rest or skewer would be like an instant arson, an instant summon. Oh my god, I would not want to skewer that counter, man.
Does it actually reflect projectiles before it actually fully charges? Because I ended up getting into an argument with a friend, since I don't think it does.
I think it just nullifies.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't think the reflector property takes in until arson is on the field.
Yeah, because it would be broken otherwise.
I don't balance games, I just play them. I'm about it, though.
I've definitely got to pick it up next week as soon as I get paid, so...
Alrighty, so looks like controls are in place, players are ready. I think they went to Battlefield. We'll see when the game starts.
Everybody's got to change their tags up here. Oh man, we got to change our tags as soon as we get up.
Yeah, we'll have to put our tags in there. No worries. Okay, so it looks like Raz is back on stream. So, is it, hey, you're on losers bracket? Cool, we're streaming losers bracket.
Hey, not a moment of downtime here.
I'm about it, man. Let's get it. So we got Suki's team versus Razzle. I know that's not the whole team's name, but I can't remember.
I do recall DK ended up just got this really good utility with top air. Oh, he was going for that early spike, but that did not work. Unfortunately, he did not get the sweet spot on that.
Yeah, now I see Donkey Kong and Lucas on Suki's team. I'm actually kind of interested to see how they make them work together, because they both have like devastating grabs that are fairly simple to follow up on, especially with the teammate. You know, Lucas with his down throw berry grab, you can kind of predict when the opponent gets launched out and hit him for whatever you want, really.
DK is definitely getting a lot of good hits up in the air. That is playing keep away with a bunch of shit packs.
Yeah, so it looks like Razzle's got stage control, almost getting down aired by Donkey Kong there. That was definitely a little risky. And everyone died. It was looking like World of Light. Everybody literally just died.
Oh my goodness. We're literally starting a fresh stock here.
Basically, all right. We've changed the rules to 2-stock. No, I'm just kidding.
This is Smash 4.
Oh my lord.
be fair, I think doubles in Smash 4 was 3 stocks anyways.
I believe so, yeah. I admittedly never played doubles in Smash 4. All right, so punishing the end lag on the up smash with the limit blade beam. I feel like he just wanted to go for the safe and easy option.
That Yoshi was getting a lot of good juggles there on that Lucas.
Yeah, and that's the thing you got to look out for with Yoshi. I mean, he's going to hit you in the air as many times as he can get away with.
Oops, that might be it for Cloud.
Yeah, the Raz. See, the problem there was I think Raz was playing way too safe. You had both Peanut and Suki edge guarding basically. There was no, you know, he could have just ran over and like hit them. They weren't even paying attention to him.
For what it's worth, the best thing you can do with Cloud is to keep that limit breaker charged up and not actually use it, since it does give you so much, or it just gives you so much advantage to getting out of a situation. Ooh, and you got that down air off of Lucas. Maybe not in the direction he was intending for, but hey, kill's a kill.
All right, so everyone one stock except for Peanut. Now it's a 1v2 situation here with Suki as a Lucas. Definitely going to be a rough situation to get out of. PM and Raz at very early percent still. Oh, he went for it.
That would have been a really good back air if he had gotten that.
Yeah, see, and Raz is playing no holds barred, man. He said, listen, we have the advantage. I'm not afraid of you. I mean, I'm Yoshi, for God's sakes. I'll make it back. So,
I wonder if Suki is just going to start playing around with Cloud. What's that move?
Which one?
The one where pretty much just the one slash that Cloud was doing.
Oh, the blade beam?
Yeah. Is that really what it's called?
I think so. Yeah, and the limit cross slash. Yep, there it is. And that's just like Odd said earlier, man. Limit is such a good advantage for Cloud. It powers up his stats. He moves a little faster, both in the air and on the ground. Is a little heavier, as well as powering up all of his special moves for a one-time use, which all have, or most have, an incredible amount of killing power. So he had the limit, waited for his opportunity. Limit cross slash. That's all she wrote.
Well, we'll see what happens with this next matchup here, though. It definitely seems like our Wrestle Mixer is at an advantage in this matchup right now.
Yeah, they definitely had a sort of commanding sense of control there. They were, once they had the stage, I mean, Suki's team just couldn't take it back from them. Speaking of stages, though, we're rolling right back into the match, or into the set. Final destination, game 2. Razzle Mixer up 1 game. Let's get into it. So we see the team switch. Suki's team, Peanut going Captain Falcon, Suki going Pichu. So very combo heavy, very rush down oriented characters. I think they're going for a much different strategy this time around.
I could definitely say there's a huge change in the matchup here, though. I don't know if it's exactly giving them an advantage, especially with that early stock off of Peanut.
I admittedly didn't even see him lose that stock.
Trust me, it happened so fast. It happened so fast that it's a bit of a you blink and you miss sort of moment, especially with all the chaos going on.
Oh, wow, what an incredible play. Suki managed to take both stocks from Razzle Mixer using the down B, the Thunder, with Peanut even knocking it. Hey, I see the Thunder coming. Knock him into it. Boom, there it is.
Peanut ended up taking that early stock off of Raz with that pretty much that spike. Oh, we see it again.
Wow. All right, Peanut said, hold on. Y'all have that first stock for free. The rest of them are mine. Down throw to down air.
And this is a completely different matchup. One moment I would have told you that Razzle Mixer would have had the advantage here, but I don't know anymore. This is already definitely in Suki's favor.
Yeah, and that was a great call on PM's side. I'm not sure if the blade beam was a bait, but took advantage of the fact that he went high with the Raptor dive recovery. Hit him with a forward smash. Peanut on his last stock.
That Raz is definitely playing keep away with Captain Falcon there.
Yeah, I know. I saw him. He was like egg sniping him. It's like, you can't touch me.
Oh, we got that Falcon punch there.
And that is all it took to take out PM. Raz, once again, playing on his own in a 2v1 situation. The forward smash, able to take out Peanut. Let's see if he can take out Suki and his 2 stocks.
Yeah, it seems like Suki. Well, okay, never mind.
All right, so we are moving right along here. Raz says, I may be down, but I certainly am not out.
Can't disagree with him, especially with how well he's been playing the matchup, or the entire time since.
You know what, an interesting dynamic here is that actually, as we all know, Pichu, whenever he uses any thunder-based attacks, actually does damage to him to perform those attacks. So, you know, unlike before in the previous set, you know, Raz isn't going to have to worry about stacking on all the damage. Pichu is going to build damage pretty quickly because of that trait. Good, taking advantage of the end lag on the thunder there. Ooh,
that would have been nasty.
The zero, like the point blank ground pound on the shield. I would not have seen that coming.
Oh,
living from the forward smash. All right, it's pretty close here because you know what? 85%, not a good percent to be at if you're Pichu, honestly.
How light Pichu is?
Exactly, yeah. One of the lightest characters in the game. It takes just, honestly, a little tap to kill him at this percent. So, and of course, he's building on more percent by using his attack. So all Raz needs is to just kind of dance around Suki, make sure he doesn't die first.
I will admit, Yoshi is just deceivingly heavy, you know?
Yeah, he's actually on the higher end of heavier characters. It can be rather deceptive.
And this has just been one really intense match.
Ooh. All right, I tensed up there. And the forward smash from Suki. Gonna take it. Able to clutch that out. Ooh. Ooh.
That went either way there.
Yeah, I was like clinching up and getting tense and everything.
I was literally clenching my seat throughout that entire stock.
What's gonna happen next? Yeah, that's insane. That is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate doubles action right there. That's what we came to see. All right, so I think that was game 2. So we are now looking at a 1-1 score.
We have them running up the matchup on Battlefield this time around.
All right, so they'll be rolling out with King DDD and Captain Falcon.
Interesting pick.
And I think, admittedly, I think this is the first game in this bracket that wasn't like a complete 3-0.
That is actually very true. Every other matchup we've had this entire bracket has pretty much been one team or the other's favor. So this one definitely provides a bit more of a mix-up.
And we see on the blue team, we actually did get another character swap. PM going Luigi now, which we haven't seen from him yet. So definitely interesting. I want to see. He's probably looking at, you know, just doing Luigi combos on King DDD there.
I wonder how this matchup's going to go, especially with King DDD being so heavy.
That is true, and on top of that, with all the Gordo setups, you know, he can deal a lot of damage quickly, set up some traps. He's also got to make sure he's not hitting his teammate with that projectile, because that is a very damaging projectile.
Well, if nothing else, I can definitely say that King DDD at least will be, or has some advantage or offstage.
Ooh. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. The Gordo throw can be ricocheted, so you have to be careful. Suki coming down off the Angel platform, taking 2 stocks. One of them with the invincibility, so he had nothing to worry about.
I found that reverse Falcon punching your own teammate really, well, amusing to say the least.
Amusing, yet not very helpful.
Well, thank goodness for invulnerability or invulnerability state.
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty bad day for Suki.
Oop, Raz is definitely keeping Suki juggled at the moment. Well, was.
All right, so stage control in red team's favor. Peanut going for the rogue Falcon punch on the left side of the screen. Not sure what that was about, but I mean, hey. If you miss, you can just call it a flex. The dash attack from Suki. Took advantage.
Oh, we just got Suki taunting everybody.
I know,
here.
he's flexing on him right now, man. Took advantage of the fact they were so wrapped up trying to take care of Peanut that they weren't even paying attention to him. And King DDD's dash attack, one of the strongest dash attacks in the game.
Oh.
So able to scoop them up, take both stocks. Blue team, both at 1 stock apiece. Red team at 2 stocks apiece. This is looking pretty comfortable for red team, even after that stock loss. See, commentator's curse didn't hit me quite the same that time.
Ooh, definitely seems like Suki's gotten used to Raz's Yoshi there. It's definitely predicting all of his aerials there.
All right, and we have same verse, second verse, same as the first.
Oh, Suki really wants that hammer.
He caught him with the spot. Oh, wow! Blindsided him with the ground pound. He said, no, you were going to let me land, sir. Taking that stock.
Oh, hitting his own teammate there, but it'll be all right.
All right, now I like that option Peanut went for. They kind of dropped down, double jump into the up air, tried to catch a multitude of options with it. Didn't quite work out for him, but he was also safe, so.
Oh, hey, it worked out.
And Suki just threw all care into the wind. It was like, I'm just going to sit on everyone until we win. And there you go. So we're looking at 2-1 now in Team Suki's favor. So after that dominating game that Razzle Mixer had for the first game, now we see Suki's team. Nah, fam. Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. And then we're going to steamroll you the rest of the games. So definitely see if they can keep up that momentum and take the set.
I actually missed it. The only thing I saw was that Pichu was on the matchup again. And
yeah, PM swapping out Luigi again for Cloud, saying, I don't think Luigi worked out too well for me.
Plus Peanut ended up switching over to Dwarf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so we got Ganondorf. Probably going to get some Dorias in here. Let's go.
Oh, man, he's just going to town on those specials.
Yeah, for sure. PM, full limit, but at like 100%, man. Gotta be careful. And he got down aired out of the limit cross slash. Oh my god. That's crazy.
And this matchup is already starting promising. So much mayhem going on. And early stock taken off for Cloud.
Yeah, PM lost in the method of the madness. Unable to keep up with everyone.
Ganondorf's definitely getting juggled between the two players there.
And so earlier in the match, we saw Peanut just absolutely bullying everyone, and now it's looking like he's in a tough spot. Able to make it back to stage. Let's see if he can try to keep himself on there.
It doesn't help that.
Wow, what a play.
Managed to recover that, but still, I'll take that stock.
Tripped him out with the aerial wizard's foot. Unfortunately, wasn't able to reverse his recovery move, so not going to be able to make it back to stage, but, I mean, hey, stock for a stock, right?
Yeah, it works out in his favor, especially now that Yoshi has taken, or sponged up quite a bit of damage now, as well as Cloud.
Yeah, for sure. Blue team, stocks are even, but by way of stage control, percentages, it's not looking too good for them right now. However, despite saying that, Peanut losing his stock, giving blue team some footing, except until now.
It just sort of happened so quickly that we really had no time to comment.
I know, I would just have to stop talking. Commentators' curse is just running rampant today. All right, so I like that move from Suki there. He was putting some pressure on the Cloud there. Saw that Raz was bullying his teammate, so put himself in an advantage state against PM, and then ran to go help his teammate.
Ooh. Looks like Peanut ended up getting knocked out and taking that stock from Suki.
Yes, we are going to see the share stock. It's going to get Peanut back into play. Ooh, gotta watch that shield. Caught him with the down air. Saw him coming right up at the exact right frame, right as he reached the peak.
Best stock share of this day.
Oh, and the armor on the double jump. I forget that that's a thing every time. All right, so he knew Peanut was going to try to come down with a down air, so good response to the up smash there.
I have a prediction that this match is going to end up being won with a down B from Ganondorf.
Okay, all right, well, let's see.
Oh, jab.
Jab? He just smacked him. Just a little smack.
That wasn't even more a smack. That was more of a slap.
More of a force palm, but... Ow. Net kill, what percent was he at?
I think it was at like 89. I don't entirely remember. I know it does like 11%, but that definitely leads up the match and leaving Suki's team as the winner.
Yikes.
3-1. It's definitely nice to see at least that one there somewhere.
Yeah. Hey. It wasn't all for lost. As you mentioned, they did get one game, so hey, they put up a fight in some regard. So...
Good fight, Razzle Mixer.
Yeah, what can you do? Razzle Mixer, good job, guys. Suki's team, moving on.
All right, this puts us at round 2 and quarters losers, I believe.
Something like that, unless they strangely decide to do winners finals, which I don't think they'll do. We'll see.
Well, if they
While
do
we
winners,
wait for something else to happen, for the first time, let's give a quick thanks to some of our sponsors. You've got the CDE Light Band, Clarksville's Power Company. Big thank you to them for putting on F2Con at large, a major contributing sponsor. Another major contributing sponsor, City of Clarksville. Clarksville Board of Tourism. Clarksville getting involved in... Super seems like they really want esports to happen in Clarksville.
Oh yeah, second year in a row? Definitely.
Having like a civic body involved is like it's like a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a really big deal.
And of course, Z97.5, everything that rocks.
Best radio station in town, don't at me. All right, but no, on the real, like you said, big thanks to our sponsors. Without them, this would not be possible in any shape, form, or fashion. CDE providing basically all the internet, all the setups, well, not all of them, but a large portion of the technology that we're using here today. So big shout outs to them, and of course City of Clarksville helping them out. That's big, man.
providing the venue here.
That is true. Yeah, they probably helped in securing the venue for sure. All right, so we have our next teams here on deck. I see Suki's team back for more, and I remember the team name, but it's not coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Really, Suki's team again?
Yeah, so they really are just powering through losers bracket before they hop on to winners finals.
I can definitely get that. I mean, you'd end up missing us out of the winners bracket.
Spoiler warning. They're not going to set up controls?
Looks like we got a little bit of mayhem going on here with the stray controller. We had a little bit of an issue with that earlier.
Oh, those pesky pro controllers. That's okay. I think they're working it out. Yeah, so they are going to have to make controls.
I think this might be a good time to remind players to turn off their wireless controllers after matches and not to put them in the bags.
That is a good public service announcement. You guys maybe use wireless controllers. You attend tournaments regularly. Look into desyncing options. I know at some of the weeklies we have around here, we have a station set for desyncing controllers. We've done that at some of the larger tournaments around here as well. I should have had the foresight to set that up, but I didn't. So it's been a little rough today, but that's all right. We'll have it tomorrow for day 2 when we have the singles bracket. So you guys are definitely going to want to tune in. Not going to want to miss the singles bracket.
I predict a whole lot of mayhem to happen for singles.
Not on my watch.
Like controlled mayhem, not chaotic.
Controlled mayhem. Okay. So TOing. That is TOing basically. It's controlled chaos.
I can definitely agree with that, because the last thing you want to do is sort of slip up or live on air.
Yeah. All right, so looks like we're going to Battlefield. Which, I mean, solid stage. I mean, really, I think any character has just a good, kind of like Smashville was in Smash 4, where it was like the universal. Well, actually, no, that's Pokemon Stadium too, because everybody likes to go to that stage for some reason.
I know in Smash 4 it used to be Smashville, but
Yeah, Smashville was the big, like the neutral stage where like nobody had an advantage except for like Sheik. But
I still miss that moving platform.
I'm actually okay with it being stationary. Because because the biggest thing is that like when it was on the far left or on the far right, there were a lot of characters. Rob specifically comes to mind that would just camp that platform, and I was like, oh my lord. So you can't do that when stationary. Regardless, though, we're at Battlefield. We've got D Uchiha. See, I knew it was like D something. D Uchiha, D going Mega Man, and Hector going Donkey Kong.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think that Uchiha is supposed to be pronounced sort of like how Sasuke's last name is, or a family name.
I thought it sounded familiar. I was like, I swear I've heard this in an anime somewhere.
I think that's where it's supposed to come from, so that should make pronouncing it a little bit easier now that we know where it's coming from.
Fair enough. We're moving right into the match.
Oh, Lord's a little bit weird.
Okay, I didn't want to say everybody had 3 stocks because I thought he was about to lose it, but everybody's got 3 stocks.
Well, not anymore.
What did I tell you? Commentator Skirts is running rampant. I just need to just zip it up, man. Let him play. All right, but on a serious note, the forward air. Wow. Okay, real quick. Smart play from Peanut, getting launched, I believe, by Suki up into the upper blast zone, taking advantage of the situation. He knew, he was able to tell by the magnifying glass that Hector was higher than him. Smack him with an up air, take that stock instantly.
It did help that DK was over 100% too.
For sure, yeah. It's just all a matter of the situation, but just good awareness.
Oh man, that forward smash by Hector just sent Peanut straight into the stratosphere.
Yes, getting a little bit of revenge there. Speaking of which, though, Hector on 1 stock. Both of his stocks just kind of getting blasted out of here, man. Hadn't been like less than 2 minutes at this point, I think. So he's definitely going to have to play a little bit more careful if he wants to help D out in this match.
Well, I guess that bomb drill that Mega Man ended up sending out did not connect. It was just a little bit too far.
Yeah, the Crash Bomber actually does have a bit of range on it, which is weird because once the range is hit, it just kind of goes up in a poof of smoke, and it's like, what?
I didn't even notice that smoke, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to notice in the chaos, but if you just look at it, like in training mode or something, you can see it.
Well, definitely seems like both teams, well, or Suki's team has a bit of an advantage here, but it's not too far off. Hector being pretty much close to death, but still 2-1 stocks.
Yeah, the big thing is here is that you got to look out, because, well, I was going to say if Hector would win out, there was the share stock, but that's not available anymore with D.
And that knee from Captain Falcon knocking Hector out of the match.
Yeah, so Peanut 1 stock, Suki 2 stocks. Oh, they were just...
Oh, man.
I feel like they were just kind of going to play some volleyball there for a second.
Yeah, they're just using all that teamwork to just gang up on D's Mega Man there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with those dash attacks on shield. Quite unsafe. All right, edgeguard situation. He just went out for it. D, good play, though, using Rush Coil to just kind of get himself out of that situation.
I definitely just noticed something. I've seen a distinct lack of aerials from Mega Man this game.
Yeah, I do feel like that would be helpful. Oh, okay, he saved him. I think he actually just saved him. But you're absolutely right. I feel like if D kind of started to play a bit more of an aerial game, especially with like back air, you can space like short hop, space, back air. It's a really good spacing tool in this game. It's got a huge hitbox. Has like next to no lag. So kind of spacing people out, and it kills. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want from such a move? And on top of that, Flame Sword, while it doesn't have all the amazing qualities that Slash Claw does, still a fairly safe and quick aerial to throw out there. and depending on how close you are to the blast zone, can be a pretty decent kill move too. So
And I just noticed Hector ended up changing things up by picking Peach.
yeah, switching on over to Peach. I had seen him do that in some of the earlier matches he had. And it looks like Peanut also made the switch to Ganondorf. He's willing to trade speed for power, which I agree with, especially going against Peach. Peach, as we know, is like easily one of the best characters in the game. Can be a bit tough to deal with. So just getting her out of there as soon as possible. Yeah, makes sense. Now, on the other hand, though, you have to look out for turnip snipes. Ganondorf has one of the weakest recoveries in the game, and if he gets hit by anything, he's basically dead.
I do have to wonder, is that, or is that, well, you know which turnip. Is that still a thing?
Oh, the Stitch Face?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in this game, and it does an obnoxious amount of knockback. Wow, okay, down air on D, charging the forward smash. Was going to do some extra knockback, catching his landing with the up smash. First stock, D.
Ooh, I do love that aerial juggle by Hector there. Ended up catching a... Oh.
Okay, hold on. Peanut hit Hector from behind as he did the Toad counter. Activated the spores, and Suki used his forward smash to reflect the spores back at him. And that's what took out Hector. Oh my lord. This is the kind of stuff you'll only see in Smash Doubles.
I always forget that Peach has a counter like all the time, since I rarely see it.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often. To be fair, you really don't see many counters at a competitive level anyway, but they do serve their purpose. Just unfortunately, that time was a bit ill-timed. Oh, smack that golf club. That hurts.
Currently looking at the stock totals here, it seems like Suki's team still has a strong advantage here with well, okay, maybe not as strong, but still.
I think we just saw the Stitch Face. I think it may have accidentally thrown it away, not knowing what it was.
Ooh, missed that tech there. But
wow! And
even taken down.
Yeah, even after. Even after hitting Hector with the up B, still not able to make it back.
Yeah, we literally ended up getting interrupted there with a really awesome Warlock punch.
Yeah, for sure. Caught D with his shield was up, man. Caught him with the up tilt. That was a shield break, and that's all she wrote, man. So now, Peanut and Suki versus Hector, a 2v1 situation yet again.
Well, it definitely doesn't look very, while it definitely does not look very promising for Hector, still, anything can happen, especially with how hard and wide Ganondorf ends up. Oh, okay, I guess never mind.
Anybody can pull a hat trick, that's for sure. But, the probability won out on that one. Red team, Suki's team, coming out on top that was game 2. That was game 2. All right.
Seems like they're a little bit indecisive of the stage pick here.
Now, one thing I see from Diyu Chiha, I feel like they're not really working together as best as they could be. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of throwing out and committing to a lot of options, and then just overall just not being there to help their teammate when they need it. Which, I mean, of course, the chaos of doubles is not always possible, but I feel like they just kind of need to take a step back, recollect themselves, and try to stick closer together. I would say they're kind of like splitting it up and treating it like 2 1v1s, and that's not ever going to work for you here in doubles.
It can have its advantages, but unfortunately, it just sort of leads you to the mindset that you're afraid to engage with the other players. And I can understand getting friendly fire is not particularly great, especially if you're a heavy character. But
yeah, absolutely. And we see, actually, funny you mentioned that. Both teams have a heavy character and a light character on their side, so this is definitely going to be interesting. Team attack is definitely going to hurt.
For what it's worth, at least this one, Diyu Chiha is was leading up with an advantage.
This game just loves calling us out, man, I swear.
As soon as you try to comment something, it just...
All right, but we see Diyu Chiha with a complete switch up on the team roster. We've got Bowser and Mewtwo, which is interesting. Mewtwo, admittedly, is an odd choice, especially against Lucas. Again, we just saw the PSI Magnet absorb the Shadow Ball, heal an incredible amount of percent.
I just realized something. The only thing we're really missing here is someone needed to be Ganondorf and someone needs to be Jigglypuff. Recreate that event 51.
Oh no. Melee's event 51 can go away.
All you have to do is use rest.
I think that was the strategy I used recently. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like
Hector pretty much axing out his ally there with that, well, what's it called?
the Bowser Bomb. But yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, man. I like I said, if we see a team attack take place, I mean, it was gonna be tough because Bowser hits really hard, Mewtwo's really light. And that's unfortunately just the circumstances that they decided to live with on this.
Place, White Tea Poison.
All things considered, though, stocks are fairly even. One stock across all players with the exception of Suki.
Ooh, that pretty much does Hector in.
Reedster.
Hector is out with that. PK freeze. Not only just throwing him away, but also throwing him against the stage and then getting rid of him, man.
Coming up next will be our
That is
so stay tuned for
not a
more.
fun way to go. So now we see D in a 2v1 situation as Mewtwo basically at kill percent.
All right, I thought DK was. Oh, well.
He went for the tournament winner into the Jimmy Neutron. Let's go. Let's go. All right, well.
So Doug Bowser, or now that Lucas ended up beating you, does that mean we'll get Mother 3 finally?
Mother 3. Doug Bowser, help us out, man. Oh, Lord. All right, well, with that game 3, Suki's team moving on in the bracket, man. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them later. I want to say that puts them in losers finals.
Yeah.
Or losers semis, I'm not sure.
I believe that puts it in losers semis. To be fair, I've lost entire track of how the bracket is going right now.
We don't have the bracket here with us. I suppose I could pull it up on my phone, I guess. But point is, we're here. And moving on with this bracket. We'll see where they end up. We'll see.
I think we should. We have either 1 or 2 matches left before we finally move on to our winners finals.
Sounds good, man.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point, unfortunately, depending on how they call it.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of out of our control. We just have to sit here and wait. So, no worries. Okay, winners finals it is. Well, with that said, that's us off the mic because we got to go play now. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the stream here tonight. F2Con 2019, Day 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Doubles action. I'm Emerald Element. This is Some Odd Guy. We're hopping off the mic. We'll see you later.
Thank you guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
I mean, we both know Smash a lot.
Alright, guys, on mics, we're gonna go live. I hope we got your name spelling right.
Yeah, that looks fun to me.
Perfection.
So we got a double Ganondorf and Roy and Ridley matchup, which is usually what these teams have been playing throughout most of the competition. Nice start for most of both teams, with Game Freak taking a nice 0 lead, just with health at least. Odd taking first stock, taking off first stock.
Alright.
Okay. Does sound good? Great.
Awesome.
Sorry about that. So back to Smash Bros. Both the Ganondorfs down two stocks and really taking his first. Game Freak still holding on to his 3. So looking at a dangerous portion of 92. So far, a pretty even game. Looking very nice. What do you expect from the finals?
Right.
8 Gates going down to his last stock. And Odd not looking too far behind. Game Freak still holding on to his 3. And Emer clutching onto that too.
Taking heavy damage. Game Freak just took his.
First stock of the match. And Emer losing, going down to his last. 8 Gates and Odd looking pretty high in percentages. Odd finally going down to his last stock, but knocking out 8 Gates at the same time. My bad. 8 Gates is back in, trading stocks. So now it's pretty down to a nice one-stock battle. And Emer leaving the match nicely. Pretty even match right now. Odd getting too far from edge.
Ooh.
And Game Freak taking the last stock. Pretty good first match for the finals.
Right. He's got 2 more rounds, right? Or depending on.
3 out of 5. So
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
Just out of general curiosity, something we noticed in that last game that maybe you guys saw, it looked like they had 2 members of a red team, 1 member of a blue team, and 1 member of a green team. I feel like that's not typically how teams are done.
I did not notice that at all.
I was just curious if maybe
yeah.
you knew about any reason they might be doing that. Like if, say, they have something if there's something synergistic where they want to be able, one team needs to be able to hurt one another. You ever heard of anything like that?
I honestly haven't. Well, it looks like they fixed it, so I think that was
like a
just
simple
sure
mistake.
accident.
It probably was just a mistake.
See, I completely didn't notice it just because the fact that Emer was green, so I was focusing on that the entire time whenever I saw green. But
yeah, I couldn't tell if that play was IQ 12 or IQ 1500.
well, I mean, there was the negative that they couldn't trade stocks, which came into play for 8 Gates and Game Freak towards that last bit, but still a pretty good match, no matter what. And starting it off to a nice mayhem of start.
Right.
Both teams singling on another each player, doing their own fights, but still working together. Game Freak knocking up Emer to then jump ahead and combo off of 8 Gates throw up for Odd. But looking like Odd and 8 Gates are taking the living towards the edge right now.
Ooh, knocked out.
8 Gates and Odd both lost their and Emer all lost their first stock already. 8 Gates, not 8 Gates. Game Freak holding on to his third. 8 Gates down to 1 stock left. Manageable position with the amount of chaos going off, and he could trade stocks, but
I think he's still trying to stay strong right now.
yeah. I think Game Freak just is wanting to try and keep through the 3 stock and wait for the see if 8 Gates loses the last one. Emer taking a lot of damage, almost flying off, but holding on, and is knocked off, losing his, going down to his last stock. Odd on the sidelines, taking a lot of damage, almost coming off the top. Game Freak losing his first stock of the match. So far, yet another even game for finals. It's always a nice.
Yeah. Before Ember was what's it called? Keeping up with 8 Gates up there. He's trying to keep him up on the air.
Yeah, nice. I wouldn't call it juggling, but still keeping it up. Emer knocked out of the competition, and Odd trades off the stock to bring him back. Odd lost his last stock
Again.
so Odd is now out. 8 Gates lost to a nice little stance transformation.
Squished it.
Game Freak still holding on to 2 stocks, keeping up a stock lead. Damage pretty equal right now. Down throw into FR?
I think it was, yeah, after.
Yeah. Emer dragging Game Freak along and possibly confirming his last one. Ooh, no, Game Freak makes it back to edge to get flurried.
Ooh. Was that back air, right?
Game Freak charging up for the edge guard. Doesn't hit, sadly. Grabs, back throws, and gets smacked off into the skybox.
A little taunting there.
Game Freak now holding 0 on his last stock while Emer has to hold off, and Emer gets knocked off. Nice climactic end for that one. Now, you know, Emer and Odd are actually on the same team, so they could trade stocks. There's that.
They could have done that. So far, this is going really well.
Yeah. So far, Team Game Freak is holding on to a 2-0 lead, and Odd's team, I forget what their new team is called, I'm not gonna lie to you. Still putting up a formidable fight against it. Looks like a comeback could be very well
Charging big bucks.
in plan. 8 Gates and Game Freak taking Roy and Ganondorf. They're solid pickups. Emer switching to Samus instead of Ridley. Nice, ironic kind of switch there. Odd sticking with Jigglypuff.
Do you think he's chasing the Samus for more of a grab so he can take off Ganondorf?
That or range. Ganondorf, he would have to play around the projectiles since he is more of a close-up character.
Right.
Wow. PR back here. Emer getting some early damage off on 8 Gates, while Game Freak's taking his slow and steady pace on signaling out Odd.
Ooh, Ember was just punishing 8 Gates for his little. He didn't get hit his up special.
8 Gates slowly falling off because of Ganondorf's sadly less than par recovery.
Yeah.
So far, 8 Gates is the only person to lose a stock, and Game Freak is looking to keep up with his usual of keeping his last one for a good portion of the fight. Odd and Emer still holding on, though.
I think I just saw 8 Gates do it a little.
Game Freak losing his first stock, leaving Odd and Ember with a stock up on each of them. Game Freak losing, going down to his last stock, and Odd losing his first stock of the match. Again, pretty balanced. However, you have to admit that Team Game Freak is looking a little bit lower on the health side of things. So Odd's team does have the health advantage, the life advantage. Emer losing his first stock of the match, bringing him down to an even 2-2 to 2-1 stock-wise. Emer charging up, trying to see if he can hit 8 Gates. 8 Gates getting knocked off, losing his last stock. Game Freak has the ability to give him his stock, leaving them both at 1, and he has done it. Odd looking at 88 with 2 stocks left, both of Odd's team left with 2 stocks. However, Odd holding on, even though at 99. Game Freak choosing to switch off of Odd and go after Emer for a little bit here. Ooh. And same difference, 8 Gates falling off, sadly, because of Ganondorf's subpar recovery, which is always a shame.
Ember there with his charge.
Game Freak holding on and trying to do a 2v1. Looking strong at 109. That's a shame. Getting tossed up. A nice combo there with the Electro Whip, and Jigglypuff takes it, giving them their first game of the 5-game matchup, leaving Game Freak 2, Odd's team 1. So always room for a comeback. So far, these matches, I think we've been saying this a lot, they're coming out pretty even, nicely going.
Nice balanced matches.
Emer keeping up with the Samus pick. I think he has officially moved off from Ridley. Let's see if... Oh, Game Freak switches to Shulk. Unexpected switch, not to the surprise. Goes speed first to, I guess, get a nice...
quick head start.
Quick start, yeah, quick start. Emer and Odd keeping up with the low damage. Team attack is really hurting Team Game Freak.
Back here, right there.
8 Gates saving, not surviving, barely, even though his recovery almost doomed him so.
That was
This match seemed to be a bad start for Game Freak, but they've easily turned it back the tides, and Odd taking his first stock of the match.
And now
8 Gates taking his as well soon after. Game Freak taking his first due to Jigglypuff's, was that back there? Samus getting launched.
Ember's still holding on. Ooh.
8 Gates takes out Emer with a launch in from Game Freak. A nice confirm. Everybody down to two stocks, and Emer versus Game Freak and Odd against 8 Gates seems to be the matchups, and
now it's switched around.
Switched around again. Emer not going to be able to make it back because of just being launched so far out. However, this is always a Odd taking his, going down to his last stock.
Kind of a disadvantage of being a light character.
Light versus a Ganondorf is always a fun choice.
Ooh.
Though they've been doing pretty good for up to this point, so it's obviously not affecting them as much as it could.
Yeah.
Game Freak taking a hefty bit of damage, almost going to Sky. However, taking out Emer with a backslash from top, leaving Game Freak with his 2 stocks and 8 gates and Odd getting knocked out. So we are left with Game Freak at 117 and Emer with his last stock. There is room for a comeback.
Yeah. I think what's it called?
Game Freak playing the edge,
He's trying to keep him off the stage.
trying to keep Emer as far away as possible. Getting the spike down, ending with a Game Freak 3-1 finish.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Honestly, really good matches for finals.
Keeping it nice and balanced.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that realized that.
Team Odd staying on and soon to fight the comebacks from losers bracket.
I believe that is Suki and Peanut.
Suki and Peanut, yes.
And
The
previous,
losers semi-final as we work our way towards the very end of the 2v2. Apologies that we only caught the last part of it. It's been going on for a big chunk of the day, but you know, we had to run in here and set the setup up. But we're going to show you what we can of it. I think as we make our way through this match, stay tuned afterwards. I think what we will head into probably is Madden, or you will see some Street Fighter V.
I believe Fortnite's also happening really soon.
That's a fact. You can always check out F2Con 1, our sister channel. 2 simultaneous streams happening out of the building today. If you're watching us, you already know to find us at F2Con 2. Feel free to click over to F2Con 1 if the PC styling is more to your taste. PUBG, Fortnite, and Apex all happening throughout the day today.
Now, if this tournament is anything to go to show for what we'll probably see tomorrow with the 1v1s, this is looking very promising.
maybe I might compete there myself. I don't know about that one.
Odds going back to Ganondorf like he did the first match, I believe.
Yeah.
He's been going with that one for a lot today. And Emer going back to Ridley. Suki going with Lucas, and Peanut going with Captain Falcon. What we saw earlier was comp that really suited each other. Nice fist bumps to start up the good sportsmanship, but hopefully this match will come. Suki taking a first bit of damage from some fire breath. And Odd and Peanut just stalemating each other over there. Odd losing his first stock due to the recovery that Ganondorf lacks, and Emer trying, it seemed, to take Peanut below stage, lose the recovery that he actually has. Emer launching Suki off edge, not off edge, off of middle platform.
Using a backslide, I think.
Peanut and Emer still, Emer? I'm going to call him Emer for now. Peanut and Emer still holding on to their third stocks.
I think Emer is actually short for Emerald.
Yeah. See, it makes sense with the green now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Representing Team Charge Shot.
Oh, Charge Shot. Thank you for reminding the name.
Yeah.
Emer and Peanut holding on to their high percentages, but 3 stocks nonetheless, and Odd going down to his last. Always room for a movement here. Peanut and Emer seem to be having a nice combat over there, while Suki and Odd are fighting on the sidelines. Odd kicking Peanut off, trying to see if he can take off that first stock.
Suki with the back throw.
Suki with the back throw, making Emer lose his first stock of the match. And Peanut taking his first stock, leaving everybody at 2 except for Odd with 1. Ganon's recovery, man. What can you say? Peanut taking and throwing Odd off. Odd losing his last stock again. Again in recovery. Emer taking Peanut below stage so he cannot get back with his better recovery at least. Odd back in after Emer traded off his second stock. Everybody down to 1, making this more of a balanced stock match. However, Odd and Emer taking a bit more damage than everything else.
Keep staying off stage right now.
Though 2 heavies versus medium and a...
you could say just 2 mediums and...
yeah, 2 mediums.
Yeah. Would you consider Ridley a heavy?
Yes, Ridley's a heavy. I have no doubt in that. Suki trying to maybe catch Emer off with the PK freeze, securing a lead. Peanut getting launched off edge. Odd not looking too far behind him, and Emer also looking at a high percent. Suki is in very much of a
conundrum
ability to. Never mind.
Okay.
Suki getting neutral air to that.
Team charging up for that first win right there.
Good first match for the losers finals. Losers finals? That's what we said. Sorry if I keep getting this.
Yeah, we're looking at that was losers. Well, this is losers semi.
Losers semifinal. My bad. I'm sorry. Getting caught up in the action. Get the name. Odd and Emer going back to their last setup of Ganondorf and Ridley. Could have sworn I heard a Captain Falcon there. However, Suki switched off of Lucas into DDD, so now they actually have a heavy to counteract, or to, I guess, assist. Early Falcon Punch from Peanut that sadly missed, though, an interesting start off to the match. Sort of a nice start off, everybody with nice spike damage, and Emer taking off with a spike from Suki, losing his first stock, and Peanut not too far behind with losing his as well, keeping both teams at a 3-2 stock advantage. Suki spiking Emer off edge, leaving Emer at his first stock, which was that was an interesting and nice thing. Suki also launching Peanut and Odd up into the air. Suki getting in with these heavy plays that he obviously could not hit with some Lucas just because weight is a beautiful thing. However, he's looking mighty high at 163 with his third stock. Peanut down to 1 stock, and Emer losing his last one. Odd giving off his second one to bring Emer back into the fight. However, Suki still holding on to 3. However, looking dangerously at 173. Suki rolling into Peanut. Gotta love team tag.
Most people are off the stage right now.
And Suki launching Odd off edge, using that mighty body slam he's got there.
Now leaving it to a 2v1.
Suki arguably having one of the better recoveries of the heavies, making it back to edge, even at 186, which is always a nice thing. And hitting Peanut with his Gordo, almost messing him up, but hammering Emer into the last one.
Great matchup this round.
Fair matchup. That switch from Lucas to King Dedede was
really made a
great choice, apparently. And nice casual silence before the next match, leaving both teams at 1-1?
Yep.
1-1. Suki switching to Rob. Odd keeping with Ganon. Oh, never mind. Suki going to King Dedede. Odd keeping with his Ganondorf. But Emer switching to Samus.
Green
and
Samus,
Peanut, will he switch off of the...
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, I was going to say Captain Falcon. I was just going to get it wrong. Switching off Captain Falcon possibly to...
Staying with
Captain Falcon. Not a bad choice. he's been doing great with them so far.
I like how he's really character selecting like he knows someone's watching too.
Yeah.
He's just cursor all over the screen like, what am I? I'm over here? I could be over here?
He's trying to mess with us commentators, you know, keep me second guessing myself. Emer taking a good bit of damage first few seconds of the match. Not always a bad thing.
We're coming back from off stage.
Wonder if we can see some more heavy plays with King DDD like we did last game, where he just body slammed everybody
Keeping that.
and kept a nice amount of pressure on everything. Suki singling out Emer, and on the other end, Odd and Peanut. Odd looking at a hefty 111, and Emer at a 139. Suki and Peanut keeping them on their toes. Peanut taking the first stock of the match.
Along.
However, Emer not far from behind him.
Far from.
And Odd taking his first stock of the match too. Suki keeping up the pressure that he had last match as King DDD. Suki with that body slam that we've sort of grown to love in that last match. However, holding on to his his first stock.
Still hold on to that that first time.
Yeah, 125 too, nonetheless. Footstooling Odd, even though again, Ganondorf recovery.
Ooh.
Probably didn't matter.
Suki just losing.
Suki getting launched, literally, into back. Peanut and Emer at a dangerous 108 and 116 on their second stocks. Peanut and Emer both losing both their stocks at the same time, leaving Suki at a one stock advantage on everybody, even his own teammate. However, there's always room for a comeback because these matches, again, pretty nicely and evenly. Emer throwing Peanut into Suki's up special, launching him down into the ground. Suki taking a hefty bit of damage at 109, and Peanut not too far from losing his last stock at 97. However, hitting Odd with a flurry attack and launching him. You could see him trying to pressure him off edge. Emer at everybody's a decently high percentage. Suki losing and losing his second stock, going back down to his last.
Now a 2v1 with Suki.
Emer
and
down off of out of the game, losing his last stock, leaving Odd to 1v2 and getting spikes. Very, very nice matchups that we just witnessed there. I believe that's 2-1 now, unless I lost track.
2v1? Or 2-1, yeah.
Unless I lost. Okay. Yeah, 2-1. Suki in the lead. Though comeback is always a thing that they need to be ready for. Emer going to Samus, switching off of Ridley, and Odd switching to the Jigglypuff that he did great with a few matches ago. Suki keeping with DDD, and Peanut going back again with Captain Falcon. Or Peanut might be switching, or going back to Captain Falcon. Keeping us on our toes. And just a nice coincidental thing, Red Team both have equal elims at 18. Something I just noticed. Though Odd and the Green Team, of course, is just not too far behind.
Right.
Peanut laying down some damage on Emer, bringing him down to a nice 50. And Emer cannot recover, losing his first stock.
Oh, I just noticed. I'll just turn back to Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff laying down those side specials, keeping pressure on Peanut. Suki taking a pretty decent amount of damage at 107. We're keeping his third stock, launching not, well,
Both.
but launching both of them. Peanut taking a hefty bit because, you know, second lightest character in the game to, I would say, maybe second heaviest, if not heaviest. Can't remember exactly where he places on that weight scale.
Ooh.
Suki taking himself off edge with his
Down.
up special.
Oh.
That's also his up special.
Oh.
Everybody at 2 stocks except for Odd holding on to his 3 and not at a high percentage, high enough percentage to be worried about either. At a nice 60. Peanut trying to hit a Falcon Punch, which would have been saucy, but sadly didn't hit.
But hits Odd with the up smash.
I believe that was an up smash. Suki almost footstalling Odd. It would seem that way, but due to a nice air dodge. Sadly didn't confirm. Suki hitting Emer into under stage, so could not recover, bringing him down to his last stock, and everybody else still holding on to their second. Suki, though, at 123, so fair to say not too far behind.
Still trying to hold on. He's coming back to the stage, though.
Jigglypuff applying a lot of pressure in this match, which is always nice to see. Peanut and Suki at high percentage. Odd losing his second stock, going down to his last. Peanut hitting him, and Odd landing on a nice platform, saving him a little bit there. Though don't believe it would have took him too far more than that.
I also found it strange that Odd chose to pick Jigglypuff for this heavy matchup on the interview.
That was a very interesting standpoint, but obviously it hasn't been a major disadvantage either. Yeah, he's been holding his own, and it's been nice to see. Suki taking his second stock down and lowering it. However, Emer getting launched off by that nice body slam that we've grown to love. Right now, Odd's facing the Titans of a heavy and Captain Falcon, while also being the second lightest character in the game. A scary matchup, not to lie. And looking at 72 damage, so he seems to be in dangerous territory. However, he seems to be holding his own with Suki spiraling up Peanut, so it's always workable. Suki hitting Peanut, his own teammate, his Gordo, which always a shame. And also swallowing Peanut and shooting him at Odd. You know,
Maybe this is all part of Odd's plan.
You know, use your teammate, launch him at the enemy. Works. Suki launching Odd taking Suki off of the blast zone with neutral airs? Neutral airs I would like to say. Making it a 1v1 of Odd to Jigglypuff at 83 and Peanut a strong 95. Anyone's game at this point. However, Odd getting continually in the air at 100.
There could be a comeback here.
Peanut grabbing Odd. Hitting him a little bit, at least. Throwing him up. Keeping Odd in the air. I feel like that's his main thing, trying to juggle him at this point. However, the damage seems to be keeping each other at each other. And with the back throw, taking Odd off, planting Suki and Peanut. Their win. A really good loser semifinal, not matchup.
Pretty even matches.
Very even matches, and also nice ones.
While we line up for another game, I'd like to thank our sponsors one more time. CDE Lightband, Clarksville Power Company, a huge major contributing sponsor to an event like this, as they were last year. And of course, City of Clarksville Board of Tourism. Visit Clarksville and Z97.5, a local Clarksville radio station. Thanks again to all the other contributing sponsors across the bottom. Thanks so much to our commentators. We will switch over just one more time before we move to what I think will actually be Yeah, I think that was our mistake. We saw the losers final. We're going to move into the grand final now.
Just testing.
Welcome back, guys.
Thank you. Good to be back.
There's a whole lot of tension on that last match.
Yeah, I was still like kind of shaking a little bit,
So
but
fun to watch, though.
it was good. It was good. I'm glad everybody had a fun time watching it, or at least everyone here did anyway.
I mean, my hands are visibly
Yeah,
shaking.
we kind of.
That's how you know you had a good time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, hey, everyone. If you're just tuning in, this is F2Con 2019 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 2v2 doubles bracket. We're on grand finals right now. Day one. We'll have 1v1 singles tomorrow for day two. So definitely drop a follow on this page and meet us again tomorrow. I'm Emerald Element. This is Some Odd Guy. Let's get into this grand finals action, man.
I assume from the previous matchup, or uh-oh, what happened there?
Wireless controllers.
Oh, what?
No, you're good.
Yeah, I have
You're
mine
good.
disconnected.
Yeah, you're good.
Let's just swear I have mine disconnected.
You know, funny to think about, these are the team that knocked us in the losers bracket and the team that knocked us out of the bracket literally just now. There is nobody, probably very few people more qualified to commentate this match than us. All right.
Looks like we're going to match up, or for Suki's team, featuring Lucas and Donkey Kong, and I guess a little too slow there. Roy and Ganondorf is going to be a heck of a matchup there.
Yeah, the tried and true Game Freak has shown off that Roy and Ganondorf is a team that can do some damage. I mean, they are here in grand finals after all. So
that was not good.
was that PK Freeze that did that?
No, that was a wrong directional dash.
Ooh,
Or
wow.
not directional dash, but directional air dodge.
I just see the PK Freeze are like going this way, and then like, who is that over there on the left? Wow. Okay, so unfortunately, Game Freak already out of stock. Not looking too good for him, but they can fight back. I know they can. See, I told you.
Game Freak definitely has a disadvantage here, especially with both teammates. Oh, and AK getting spiked again in this match.
Both players on the blue team. Game Freak losing 2 stocks right there already. Both players on 1 stock apiece.
I'm not gonna lie, I blinked and missed half this match.
I really did too. Like, it's already almost over. Team Suki sitting high and pretty with 5 stocks total between team.
At the very least, Suki is being juggled around a little bit with high damage, so it depends whether we'll see Suki lose a stock here or not.
All right, there goes the stock from 8 gates. It's all up to Game Freak now.
And we finally see that lost stock for Suki, but this is going to be a heck of a match, just trying to remove 4 stocks off the opposing team, especially at high percentage. I think that our DK is going to walk this one off.
Hit him with the twinkle toes from Lucas. Going to take that last stock. Wow. So Suki's team off to a pretty commanding start for this set. And keep in mind, Suki's team is coming from the losers bracket, which means they not only have to win this best of 5 set, they have to win another best of 5 set against Game Freak to take the tournament. So they got a long road ahead of them.
Well, if nothing else, I can definitely say for Suki, they have definitely learned to synergize their strategies, especially with their own individual characters.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I agree.
They definitely led a strong match last game.
I say we. So I think in the bracket, like winners round 1 or 2, Suki's team got sent to losers, and we went up there like tournament jitters. Like, oh, okay, so this is their potential, and I mean they're up there, they're at full swing right now, man. So we're moving into this game 2 at Smashville. Let's get into it.
Oh, early, or now we got Peanut having the early SD there.
Yeah, I was watching the other side of the screen. I didn't see how it happened.
I believe, or I don't know if it was caused by an air dodge or whatnot, but it definitely was, or DK was too low to be able to recover from that.
Yeah, for sure. The spinning cyclone, or the spinning Kong, is more of a horizontal-based recovery move, so if you're trying to gain some height with it, sorry to say, it's not happening. Peanut is just rolling around like it's Donkey Kong Country, man. Really getting in tune with his character.
Oh, the only thing we need is more blast barrels, and it'll be just right at home for DK.
More blast barrels, maybe a King K rule on the red team, or on the blue team, I mean. That's all right.
That would be really weird to see, just like a full DK setup there. Oh, walking it off.
So that was just unfortunate for blue team. A whole scenario right there. 8 gates. Given Game Freak the Doria, let me remind you, Game Freak is his teammate.
Oh! We just got an accidental friendly fire there.
Okay, then we're stock for stock then. Red team does it, or blue team does it, then red team does it. All right. Fair enough. Ooh, okay, I see 8 gates there. He's going for that, he's going for the Ganon side, just barely missed it. Down air into the Jimmy Neutron. All right, that string stops. Suki. Yeah, Suki unfortunately saving his opponent. Wow, 8 gates already out. Stocks. Ooh, good tech. Yeah. Now there's no longer a share stock situation here. Game Freak's got to do it all on his own.
This is definitely going to be an interesting matchup, but hey, we could see anything. I mean, we saw me last matchup.
Anybody can pull a hat trick. It's what I'm always going to say, man. I would definitely not put it past Game Freak to take this one. Even with the 2 stock that Suki has, it'll be tough. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if he can get, honestly, if he can get rid of Peanut, then it just becomes a 1v1 comeback, honestly. All right, good, dancing around them. Just making sure he's not throwing out anything too committal, all at the same time keeping himself safe and dealing some damage.
Yeah, he's definitely jumping and reading all those grabs, but I guess...
Yeah, if there's one thing I've noticed, Game Freak will read your movements, man. Like, I think he caught just about like 3 of my jumps in our games. I was like, oh god. So yeah, he's definitely adept at that, that's for sure.
Ooh. And that takes out to the
wow.
Peanut.
Yeah, so...
And an old-fashioned one-on-one here.
He's got to be very careful. Oh my god,
no.
Hold on, this could be it.
This is
he just barely missed the counter. Is he going to make it back? Oh.
That was a very tight game.
Unfortunately, unable to make it back. The counter, the end lag had set him too low. The thing is, though, is that he had got that counter off. That's it. He would have won. But unfortunately, off by just that much. And unfortunately, wow, Team Suki up 2 games.
Wow, this is a stunning upset or losing from round 1 and just destroying their way through losers.
Yeah, man. Talk about a loser's bracket run.
Hey, we've had a few of those before.
Yeah, it certainly won't be the last. Smash is full of them. All right, so we're seeing they're opting to go Final Destination. I think they're wanting to maybe challenge the landings on Peanut as, well, when he was playing Donkey Kong, now he's playing Captain Falcon, so punishing landings may not be as easy, but we'll see.
Well, looks like an early start, and, well, Red Team had pretty much nailed everybody down to the center and just
wow! Right, okay, so right off the gun, just start pressing on damage. I mean, both of them as a team were bullying them as a team. What is happening?
I don't know what's going on, but
God.
Suki is literally just destroying everything going on right now.
Team Suki is going insane.
Whoa.
8 gates is already out of here. It's not even been a whole minute yet.
I don't even know what happened. I mean, I saw that spike, but
honestly,
8 gates is not
is he really
in.
but is he going to let Game Freak just handle? I would do the share stock, man.
Yeah, especially after, or pretty much Suki has reached maximum synergy here. Well, Team Suki.
God, that is insane. I'm honestly speechless for this.
Oh, well, it's not a problem. That was just the first stock, and, well, if 8 Gates was going to hop in,
yeah,
not anymore.
You're not calling in backup anymore. You are on your own behind enemy lines, sir.
It seems like Suki's going to end up taking pretty much taking set 1 here.
Whoa, okay, Peanut kind of going for the read there. I'm about it.
You think we'll see, do you think we'll see a Game Freak go back and choose Shulk again?
You know what? It could be possible, and I think it would kind of benefit them in this situation, having them in auto arts to sort of help them stick around longer and deal more damage, that kind of stuff. The risky reverse Falcon Punch, gonna make him lose his stock. Game Freak, good lord, he's on the way to making this back.
To be fair, it seems like he's gotten his composure and just dancing his way between the opponents there.
Yeah, see, I think, honestly what it looks like is Team Suki, they're kind of resting on their laurels a little bit. Like, whatever, 1 stock, we have, like, when this whole thing started, we got 3 each. We'll just bum rush him, which, I mean, bum rush means you're going to be hitting your teammate a lot, so you have to be careful when implementing that.
Yeah, and it seems like Peanut just sort of stood back there. There was plenty of opportunity for him to just come in and disrupt Game Freak's flow.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, resting on their laurels, man. Now they're both 1 stock apiece, and suddenly this is way more serious.
Well, at the very least, they're definitely damaging Game Freaks there a little bit. Ooh.
All right, and the dash attack from Lucas is going to take it. That, I think... Is that Game 3?
They pretty much took the first set.
Wow!
Just completely devastated.
It is like a complete antithesis to like this whole bracket today. The whole bracket was like, this match is going to take a long time. This match is going to take a long time. Boom. We're already done with the set.
Yeah, I suppose this is second set or grand finals.
This is insane. Man, and so, hold on. Now at this point, you just 3-0'd a team that has basically been dominating everyone. Grand finals, winner side, that's a big deal. That means you're good, right? You just went up there and 3-0'd all of them. Snap your fingers like that. Reality Stone.
Yeah, that panel snap.
So that's got to give you a pretty big momentum boost. So if honestly, if Team Suki can ride this momentum, we may be looking at our winners here.
Oh! I just realized Game Freak ended up switching over to Shulk. I believe Shulk may be his main, especially the way he was playing when we ended up facing off against them. But
yeah, he's done a lot of Shulk things I've never seen before, which is pretty cool.
I take that back. 8-Gate ended up losing an early stock yet again. I suppose with Dwarf, one of the biggest disadvantages of him is just not how predictable, but just how slow he is to recovering out of most of his
or just recovering in general, really. I mean, if you're off any further than most of the cast, then chances are you're not making it back.
It's true.
Regardless, everyone's sitting pretty at 3 stocks except for 8 Gates there. It's pretty even mostly. And
definitely turned that around.
Yeah, red team both losing a stock right there. All right, Team Suki on the decline a little bit here.
Call it too much of a decline here, especially since they still got a huge advantage against 8-Gate, and there's that failed Warlock punch.
He
probably could have pulled off a reverse and possibly shield broken.
You're right, but I think he was reading the roll in. He technically had it right. We just had it in his space. That's what I think happened.
We got friendly fire to death on Game Freak.
Yeah, 8-Gates is out there, and Suki went for the disrespect anyway. He said, no, I need to make sure you're not coming back to be a thorn in my side. Hit him with the downer. Didn't even have to do that, but he did it anyway. Let's go.
Looks like 8-Gates is getting a bit bullied around by both Peanut and Suki here.
Yeah, getting smacked by that forward smash, unable to tech the Warlock dive. And if you take a look at the stocks, it's pretty identical between both teams. Both teams have 3 stocks. 2 on one player, 1 on another.
Ooh, that knee will seal 8 Gates' fate.
Yeah, once again, Game Freak, last one standing. Are we going to see the share stock? Admittedly, I mean, especially with Shulk at 50%, there's really no reason not to share stock. I'm not really sure why they're doing it. Or why they're not doing it, I should say.
I suppose 8 Gate might feel like a liability, but I don't know. Or it could definitely be at this match. Or any sort of help can help. Or any sort of... I think I just ended up having a little bit of redundancy there.
Basically anything 8 Gates can do to help out would certainly help, right?
Oh, well, I take that back. It looks like there's a huge turnaround there, and pretty much this gives Game Freak complete and total advantage, especially with 2 stocks on hand.
Yeah, Game Freak, I mean, we've said it. I mean, dude is incredible. Good call-outs. He just kind of knows the game in and out, man. Or, if I'm basing things off of his play, of course.
Also,
Honestly,
regarding previous comments, they definitely showed me off very well.
for sure, man. But I mean, I think we've seen it with him being on stream here today, and even in some of the earlier matches. He's certainly no stranger to pulling his own in these sort of intense situations, and we're starting to see that. So, let's see what he pulls out. We're basically in 1v1 territory now. Suki as Lucas, Game Freak as Shulk. You see Smash coming out. That puts... well, that was going to put Lucas at kill percentages, whether he survived or not. So the thing is I know in Smash 4, if you did PK Thunder and bonked against the stage, if you quickly did up B, you could do it again. Can you still do that in this game?
I don't entirely know. It might still be possible.
I think it might be. I'm not sure if he knows about it or not, but there was, if you can do it, there was a chance to recover. Be that as it may, everybody's got to hold an L every once in a while, so hold that.
Well, if nothing else, we definitely see an interesting setup where the first set of games, just Team Suki came out dominating the whole thing, and now we ended up getting a change of character, which seems like Game Freak was debating whether he wanted to go back to Roy.
For sure, yeah, and I think like I said earlier, I think Shulk is just going to really help in this aspect. It's just, not only are you going to have to adapt to the game itself, now you have to adapt, okay, hold on, he's got shield, okay, now he's got speed, so this is safe now. I mean, it's a lot to consider when you're going up against Shulk, so got to be a little careful when you think about it. Regardless, so let's move into this game 2 for the bracket reset.
Oh, I just realized Peanuts ended up choosing Dwarf, and that was gross.
Decimated him with the down air. That is amazing.
I'm just gonna comment that read blocking DDD's little spike ball being volleyed back. That was impressive.
Yeah, for sure. That was great awareness. Oh, Game Freak dropping down there. That was very dangerous, dropping ledge just to re-grab it. Never a good situation to be in. And unfortunately going too low that time, so we got red team, Team Suki here, King DDD and Ganondorf.
I can definitely understand that he didn't want to attack his team, or accidentally attack his teammate, but sort of cost him the stock there.
Yeah, and that's just another one of those things you have to consider with doubles, is that if you're both trying to recover at the same time, you kind of have to adjust it. Maybe you have to go a little lower, or maybe you have to be quicker to recover.
All right, 8-8 losing a second stock already.
It's great spacing by Game Freak on the ledge there. Was able to hit Peanut out of recovery distance, sealing that stock. So great spacing, great awareness.
Seems like they might have gotten wise to 8-8 and just 8-8, or the way 8-8 plays is he definitely sponges up a lot of damage and just pretty much goes headstrong. It definitely leads to a lot of damage being done, but it definitely comes at a cost.
It does sort of come off as reckless, like throwing Care to the Wind, which, you're right, does rack up a bunch of damage, but when it counts on him being safe and that kind of stuff, it's a bit risky. And we're seeing the fruits of said risky play. 8 gates, no stocks left. Game Freak in a 2v1 situation. Ooh, good lord, I thought for a second that was going to connect for some reason.
I don't know if that would have killed otherwise, but it definitely would have been a nasty
It
situation.
would have hurt for sure, yeah. So here we go again, Game Freak. Okay, I paused for a second because I thought that up smash, I thought it was going to be a 6 setup. They went for it. I respect it. So good punish on the throw with the dash attack. Suki has been just absolutely murdering people with that today. Oh, not good.
Hey, at least it killed somebody.
You got the wrong guy. That's all right. He had another stock, so they're living, but they gotta play a little bit more careful if they want to beat Game Freak, dude.
That guy is very nasty, even on his own.
Oh wow. No, they're getting pineappled. It's all down to Suki. Game Freak with a shield Monado going to be able to survive basically everything.
I don't know. Could he survive a half smash attack from DDD?
Well, maybe not that, but
I just realized his Monado ended up breaking. So,
all right. So he went for the counter. Suki opting for the safe punish and the jab combo.
oh, with the counter.
Brilliant play. He's
Oh,
still
he's
in there
alive?
though.
Jeez.
Okay, never mind. There it is. All right.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure he's still alive?
Yeah. No. Everyone's like, turn it back on. He's alive. Okay. Well, that was a brilliant play. The counter. Honestly, I don't even know why I didn't think of that. I was just like,
That's how
That's
sure
smart.
I was that it was a death. I already.
yeah, I know. I saw the cut and I was like, all right, wait a minute.
Yeah. I wish I had it queued up like a record scratch.
Yeah. Oh, that. I'm gonna take this clip. I'm gonna like highlight it. I'm gonna do that. Oh, I'm so gonna do that.
Just be one of those moments of, hey, the game's not over yet.
Yeah. F2Con 2019 best moments. All right, we were running into Game 3. So now we're seeing a totally different result. We get into the reset, and now we got Game Freak that's up 2-0. Suki has lost. Team Suki has lost all of that momentum. They've gotta pull something out of the gate in this one if they're gonna get that reverse 3-0 and eventually take the bracket.
Hey, they've done it once before.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They are no strangers to coming back. So let's see what happens. Oh, okay. 8Kates was going for that down air. I saw it. I kind of wanted it, but no dice. I thought Peanut was going to do the same thing, honestly. Okay, hold on. What?
I believe, or it's really hard to see. It looked like Peanut ended up punishing 8Kates, or Game Freaks ended up punishing Peanut.
Hard to say for sure. You kind of get lost in the sauce when it comes to doubles, man.
Oh, try to pull a Falcon Punch, but well, that didn't go anywhere.
Oh wow! Another great stock from, another great spike from Suki, man. Taking that stock. Honestly, though,
Yeah, it definitely looks like AK is playing a lot safer this match, or a matchup this time.
I'm gonna be honest though. I mean, between all the chaos and the stocks being lost, honestly, I'm still looking at this and I'm like, nobody's like disadvantaged yet. Like this is still like so stupidly even. It's insane.
I will admit, Game Freaks having 3 stocks. Well, okay, now 2 stocks, but
Yeah,
a clean 2 stocks.
It got caught by the blizzard that was PK Blizzard. Whew.
Ooh, 8 Gate is. There was a little bit of friendly fire going there with Game Freaks. But still, 8 Gate is doing a magnificent job surviving this matchup. And unfortunately,
Yeah, but the recovery just couldn't reach far enough. Once again, Game Freak, 2 stocks, 1v2. I shouldn't be surprised at this point. We're probably not going to see share stock. Which I mean, like I said, I don't see any reason not to. But they've proved that they don't really need to. You know, Game Freak can stand on his own. And I mean, hey, your opponent's sitting with 0 on the board, so I guess you don't have much to lose.
Ooh, that was a beautiful setup by Peanut there.
Oh, he came down and hit Suki with the down air. It's not looking good for them right now.
And that takes Suki's stock out, and
Great tech surviving the Falcon dive. He went off for the Gimp, wasn't quite able to secure it. Still, though, Game Freak is sitting in a surprisingly comfortable situation right now.
just that, or I don't know how people can control speed Monado, especially the same part to the level that Game Freak has. It's absolutely insane to say the least.
Or really just Monados in general, because, you know, each different Monado comes with its different perks. You know, you move differently this way, you're easier to kill that way. And I mean, he is just rapid fire switching between them as he needs them. I mean, it takes a lot to play Shulk, at least to my knowledge. And yeah, Game Freak, he's got it on pat, man.
Definitely keeping that distance away from Lucas.
All right, neutral air, not going to get any sort of follow-up after that. Ooh, not sure what the PK freeze was for, but. Ooh, the air dodge. Yeah, okay, he's just going to let him back on the stage.
This is pretty much the equivalent of a Mexican or a standoff right now. Everybody's just at even, and they are just keeping space, trying to find an opening to take advantage of here.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Game Freak has found it. And we're potentially looking at tournament stock here. Hitting him with the neutral air from the back. That was kind of smart. I bet he knows that the neutral air swings in from behind Shulk. So that was a good call there to get him out of that forward smash. The back air. Smash Monado is activated. All right, go. Oh, no! Oh, and that unfortunate air dodge. Man, you hate to see him go out like that, man. But that air dodge is going to seal the deal. And Team Game Freak is your F2Con 2019 Smash Brothers Doubles Champions.
You can't say that wasn't an amazing, just entire 6 games, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Between both sets, before and after the reset, we saw the best of both teams. I mean, I'm not going to get over the absolute destruction that was Team Suki's 3-0 in Grand Finals. But at the same time, I mean, Game Freak, Team Game Freak and their tenacity to just keep going, man. I mean,
I have to say the MVP here was definitely Game Freak. Just being able to, I mean, there was that one game with Roy where they were down 5 stocks and he managed to shave off at least 3 of them.
Yeah, that was, honestly, I can't lie, I marked him out, man. I said, that's it, it's just a matter of time, but he took out like the whole team. Just faltering at that last stock, which cost him the game, but still, very impressive play. I gotta hand it to the guy. I think he's entered for singles tomorrow, so I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, I just hope I don't get paired with him round 1.
We'll see. Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. That was Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Doubles here at F2Con 2019. Once again, Team Game Freak, your champions here today. Follow runner-ups being Team Suki and yours truly. But regardless, hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's what we got to offer here. I don't know if they're going to have any other game on behind us. I know Street Fighter's going right now.
You can always flip over to F2Con 1 and see what they've got over there. We're going to go to a short break here while we figure out what we're going to get on deck next.